Okay, so I'm gonna do this my first experience with makeup thing um, that Kat Von D did. Um, my very first experience, or at least the very first thing I can remember to do with makeup, is when I was in the Nutcracker. So I was about 11, and we had to wear stage makeup. So I had to go get this I think it might have been Max Factor or something that they don't sell here anymore, but it was a pan, like a pancake of makeup that you use a sponge, you wet it and use a sponge and you put it all over in like rose beige or something kind of pinky. Um, and so I went and got that, and uh, I think my mom just dropped me off at the Jones Hall, and I went up in the back to the dressing room area, and I didn't have any problem putting on the pancake by myself, and I'm pretty sure I didn't have any problem putting on mascara by myself either, but I couldn't do the eyeliner, the big winged liner thing. And so the stage mother did that for me. But um, blush, I had problems with blush. I would put on the blush and I would go and I would check with her, and she would say, "You have too much on. Go take some off and come back." So I went and took some off and came back, and she's like, "No, you still have too much on." So I went and pretty much put a new coat of pancake on my cheeks so that, as far as I could tell, I didn't have any blush on at all. And I came back and she's like, "Yeah, that's good." So I was like, "What is up with that? Does that mean that I'm so pink that unless I have no blush on, I'm too pink?" And that kind of stuck with me, and I really didn't wear a lot of blush. I mean, in the 80s, I did but whatever. Anyway, um, so, but that is not really like in the spirit of the Kat Von D stuff, where it was all these people who were like, "Ooh, makeup, I really want to do makeup." I don't have a lot of memories like that. I wasn't really all that into makeup. I always liked lipstick, and nobody ever fought with me about wearing lipstick. I never wanted to wear bright red or bright pink, particularly. Um, it was just never. They were wanting me to be more girly. They weren't like fighting with me to keep me from being girly, I guess. So I racked my brain and I was trying to think of an early experience that was kind of like that um, desire for makeup. And I came up with one. I went to Eckerd's, and this would have been around the same time, 11, 12 years old. Um, and I decided I was going to get some makeup. And I found this lipstick, and it was like kind of a cross between a lipstick and a gloss. It was in like a little squeeze thing, kind of similar looking container to the Too Faced Melteds, and it was purple, and it had like a sponge applicator on the end of it. So you take this little like paint tube looking tube, toothpaste looking tube, and you squeeze it on, and it's like this kind of opaque, glossy purple. And I'm not talking like berry or dark red. I'm talking like purple, really, really purple. And I was like, yeah, I want that one. And uh, and I found an eyeshadow that I liked, and it was white. It wasn't like a light frosty color. It was like white, shimmery white. Um, and I took them up to the counter to buy them, and they were like Revlon or something. They weren't like really expensive, but I took them up to the counter to buy them. And the sales clerk, she just looked at me and she was like, "What's wrong with you? Why would you pick these colors? Who would wear this?" And so, I mean, that's not exactly your parent telling you you can't wear makeup and sneaking it to school in your backpack, but it was just really funny because it was like these were the things I had picked out that I thought would look really good on me. And this normal person was looking at me being like, now, in fairness, they were selling these colors, so they must have thought somebody would like them. And that purple was not unlike the purple that I had on from the Starlooks purple, except instead of being like really, really matte, like that one is really, really matte. This was like shiny and glossy, but this was like the late 70s, so, you know, it wasn't about the matte lip. Um, so, and I think I could totally rock that today if I wanted to. So maybe I'll do that at some point in the future. Um, but that's my story. Okay.